Good morning, Willow Grove Baptist Church family and friends. We are excited today to have you as part of our first daily devotion. This is going to be something that we're going to be doing while our Montgomery County is currently on quarantine. We have had a crazy busy morning this morning, and we are definitely praying for you guys and excited for what God is doing, continuing to do, even through challenges and difficulties. We're excited you guys can join us for day one. We have a lot of great opportunities coming up. We're very excited for some of the things that we have planned. Today's going to be a little bit shorter. We're going to get right into things, but we wanted to kind of test around everything and find out how we can improve and make it better. This morning's been great. We have a special devotional we're going to be jumping into this week while we're doing these Facebook Lives. And the goal is to just try to see where God's moving. What is He challenging us with? What is He doing in our lives? How can we be the church if we can't meet at church? So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're hoping to challenge our community and our friends and our family. Be safe afterwards, so if you want to share it with a friend, by all means. We're excited to be able to reach out and see what God's going to do through our digital age of church and worshiping, praising God. So it has been a busy morning. We have been working on cleaning up the roof. We've been fixing several of our bathrooms for you guys. And we are also working on a lot of great resources to help you guys get through these times. So we are committed to helping our church family to continue to see God through each of these challenges. Here's a couple things that we'll be praying for throughout this week. And we'd love for you to comment below if there's anything we can be praying for. We are praying for you as an individual. We know that it's difficult, that it's stressful, that it's hard, that circumstances are not ideal, that a lot of the things that we find that support us and that give us that sanity to get through the day aren't available. So we're first of all praying for each of you guys listening and our members and our community. We are also praying for those who have lost work hours. We know that many of our congregation, many of those in the community are out times and will be out paychecks, so that we are lifting them up to God to continue to provide for them and to be with them during this time. If there's something that you are in need of, please contact us. Let us know. We have a lot of great resources and availabilities and partnerships that we can help you with. Not only that, but we are praying for our elderly. We know that the virus impacts those that are older than 60 and those that have health risk. And we are just praying that God protects them and that He continues to just be there for them. This is one of the reasons why we don't have all of our events going on, is because we want to make sure our church family is healthy when this all passes over. And we look forward to many wonderful years with them. We're also praying for our community, our nation, and our leadership. There's a lot of hard decisions that are taking place behind closed doors. We are praying that they are wise and discerning in these opportunities. So if you want to see other prayer requests, go to our website, willowgrovebaptist.org/prayer, and we have a list of prayer requests there. There is a password for our members only, just for privacy concerns. We want to make sure that we're being respectful of those who have some pretty sensitive prayer requests. But please comment below or email us at pastor@willowgrovebaptist.org what it is that we can be praying for you on. Speaking of comments below, we would let us know how you guys are doing. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's going on in your lives. How are you handling the boredom? Are you able to get out? Are you able to exercise? Have you finished all of your shows on Netflix? These are the important questions that we want to know. Have the kids driven you up the wall yet? Speaking of the kids, we just published a Boredom Buster kit located on our website. It is willowgrovebaptist.org/boredombuster. It is full of links and opportunities for kids to get information and to help pass the time. There's links on there for activities, for crafts, for help to continue to work on math and reading and writing. There's all kinds of resources in our Boredom Buster kit, and go to our website for that. It will help the time to go by. There's also some virtual tours. You can visit Mars, apparently, so that's something fun that you can do during this time while your kids are at home. And who knows what they'll find. But we also are going to be starting a 12-day devotional. Craig Gashel has a devotional called Hope in the Dark. We know that times are scary, that opportunities aren't ideal, that things are questionable. We are in unprecedented times, and who knows what's going to tomorrow brings. It seems that every day we turn on the news and something new and terrible is coming, and we know that we have a God we can trust. We know that God is there for us, and that no matter what, he will provide and give us our strength and courage to get through each day. So if you have YouVersion app, the Bible app created by YouVersion, I strongly encourage you to join us. Find me on there, friend request me. I had just started the first day, just completed it this morning. There are 12 days of this devotional, so it should get us through most of these next 2 weeks, and you'll be blessed. Today's verse of the day comes from that, Hebrews 11:6, and it says, "Without faith it is impossible to please God, but anyone who comes to him will believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him." Things are tough. It's so easy to seek after our fear and so easy to get pulled down from the faithfulness that God has for us. But he is our provider. He is still the same God he was a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. He's still the same God that allowed the Israelites to go free. He's the same God who sent his son for us. So we know that without faith it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. That verse of the day is coming right out of our devotional. We're going to jump right in there. Again, feel free to jump into that YouVersion app as we go through this week. And it's a great opportunity for us to connect. And so here we go. Day 1, where are you, God? Philip Yancey once said that human beings do not readily admit desperation. When they do, the kingdom of heaven draws near. I think that's so important for today as we continue to look at what that means as believers going forth and loving our community. So in the devotional, it says, throughout our lives, we all preach points where we find ourselves wrestling with spiritual questions. I knew a man once whose wife of 18 years was killed by a drunk driver. Sometime after it happened, I was talking with him when he erupted, "A good God wouldn't let some drunk idiot kill my wife and let the idiot live. I'm not even sure anymore that God exists. If he does, well then I don't want anything to do with him, with the kind of God that would let something like that happen." So we haven't experienced this man's loss, but Craig Gashel goes on to say, "I ache for him just the same. What's more is I could see that beneath his hurt, he wanted to trust in God. It's just that in that moment, he couldn't reconcile the pain he was feeling with the image of God that he wanted to believe in." I wrote this book, Craig Gashel wrote this book, and the Bible plan that we'll be going through for many of us who are struggling to believe that God cares about them, especially when we find ourselves in the middle of a crisis like we are now. When you're stumbling through a valley, it's difficult to see the light. You want to believe, but you're having a hard time reconciling a hope-filled message of Christ, of the Christian faith, with what we're seeing around us, the difficulties, the stores that are empty, the lines. It's hard to reconcile that hope-filled message that we read in Scripture as we're looking at a world that's going crazy. More than 2,600 years ago, Habakkuk asked many of the same questions people all over the world are still asking today. And in his grace, God relieved some of Habakkuk's anguish, even as he left other questions unanswered. But on the other side of his doubts, Habakkuk grew into a person with a richer faith. As we face this crisis, as we face these difficulties, our faith will be strengthened if we rest in the Lord. A faith that may not have developed as fully had he not struggled with these doubts. We'll be reading through Habakkuk's story over the next few days. Think about it. If you understand everything completely and fully, you wouldn't need faith, would you? If everything made sense and you got everything you needed, what good would prayer do? What good would needing a God who provides? But without faith, it's impossible to please God, which is our verse. But why? Because faith and trust must emerge from love, not from a business relationship, a transaction, or some situation in which we have no choice. And so as we're reading through our devotional this week, as we're focusing on what God's doing during this crisis, are we willing to ask honest questions, to wrestle with heartaches, hard times? And more importantly, are you willing to listen for God's answer through these times? And so we're going to be praying and wrestling with these doubts and questions, and we're ready to hear what God has for us. And that is our devotional from Hope in the Dark from Bible YouVersion. We hope that you're able to download that and find other YouVersion devotionals to follow and invite others. Let other people be a part of it. We want to be a community that helps the world know Jesus. And that's going to come when we are a light in the world, when we go out and we share our faith. And this is why we equip you with resources. This is why we want to strengthen your faith. This is why we ask tough questions. And while difficulties face us right now, we serve a loving and powerful God. And so that's it for today. Nice and short. We're going to have a lot of fun this week. We got some things lined up, and we hope that you'll enjoy these devotionals each day. This is just kind of during the meantime where we can't get together one-on-one, but we can still be together. We still are the church. And so we want to challenge you. Make sure to download that app, YouVersion. Jump into the devotional. Join us. Mark your calendars because we'll be having an online Wednesday night small group. This might be through Facebook Live. This might be through Zoom conferencing. We're still trying to work out what the best technology that we can leverage for the sake of helping you guys continue to grow in Christ while we're facing these tough times. We know that a lot of you guys have kids or grandkids and that they're home from daycares and schools. We got a lot of great resources on how to challenge them in their faith during this hardship. It's all on the website. We got a ton of resources there. We want to help you find Jesus in all of these things. Also, join us tomorrow as we unravel more resources and opportunities. Remember to stay safe out there. Obey what James 4:8 says when he reminds us to wash our hands and purify our hearts. Help us to expand our devotionals by commenting below any questions, topics you want us to cover, or ideas that we can use for upcoming devotional times. And we are continuing to help work out technology for the betterment of the church. And everywhere that we go, God calls us to be the hands and feet of Jesus. So I hope that you are being the hands and feet today. Continue to pray often, pray deep, pray hard. And if you have any needs, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are together. We are here. We are looking forward to things getting better again. So be safe. We'll be here tomorrow morning, and we'll be continuing day 2 of our devotional. And we can't wait to hear what is God doing in your guys' lives. Have a great day, guys.